What's good, YouTube? It's your boy P Money. Let's talk about it, man. Thunder get a 120-111 victory over the Portland Trail Blazers. Let's go over all the team stats. Blazers shoot 36 out of 87 for 41% from the field. They go 11 of 29 for 38% from three-point land. They shoot 28 of 38 from the free throw line for 74%. Of their 36 made baskets, they have 18 assists. They pull down 46 rebounds. They get 10 offensive rebounds. They get 8 steals, 7 blocks, and 13 turnovers. For the Thunder, they shoot 41 of 86 for 48% from the field. They go 16 of 35 from 3 for 46%. And they shoot 22 of 29 from the free throw line for 76%. Of their 41 made baskets, they get 23 assists. They have 45 rebounds, 7 of those offensive. They get 9 steals, have 7 blocks, and they get 12 turnovers. For individual stats, for the Blazers, Dame Lillard leads the way with 31 points on 9 of 22 shooting. He goes 3 of 8 from 3. He goes 10 of 11 from the foul line. Finishes up with a +8. He pulls down an offensive rebound. He has 7 total. He gets 6 assists, has 4 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block. So Dame was trying his best to get this game. He really wanted this game last night. Al-Farouq Aminu went for 13 on 5 of 9 shooting. He went 2 of 4 from 3, 1 of 1 from the foul line, finished up with a +5. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 9 total. He dished out 2 assists, had 3 turnovers, and he got himself a steal. CJ McCollum was all the way off. He finished up with 13 points on 5 of 20 shooting. He went 1 of 7 from 3. He went 2 of 3 from the foul line, finished up with a -11. He pulled down 4 boards, dished out 4 assists, had 1 turnover, and a steal. Big Nurkic, not a very good game for him. He was in foul trouble most of it. He finished up with 9 points on 2 of 7 shooting. He went 5 of 8 from the free throw line. He went for -11. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had 12 total. He had an assist, a turnover, a steal, and 2 blocks. So solid effort defensively, but offensively he wasn't there. And he kind of looked pretty tired because a lot of the fouls that he had were kind of touch fouls. And that's usually a sign of fatigue, especially since they had a back-to-back, but no excuses. Mo Harkless finished out the starting 5 with 3 points on 1 of 3 shooting. He took all of his shots from 3, finished up with a -4, had an offensive rebound, had 3 total, dished out an assist, had 2 turnovers, and 2 steals. For the bench, Jake Layman led the way with 17 points on 5 of 7 shooting. He went 2 of 3 from 3. Went 5 of 8 from the foul line, finished up with a -2. He had 2 offensive rebounds, had 4 total. He dished out an assist and had 4 blocks, which is a career high for Jake Layman. So once again, Jake Layman doing his thing with his minutes. Rodney Hood finished up with 9 points on 4 of 5 shooting. He went 1 of 1 from 3, finished up with a -21. So offensively, he had a good game, but defensively, he didn't really do anything. Myers Leonard finished up with 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting, went 1 of 1 from 3, finished up with a +11. He pulled down 3 boards, but also had 2 turnovers. Zach Collins had 5 points on 1 of 2 shooting. He went 3 of 4 from the foul line, finished up with a -9, had 2 offensive rebounds, and also got himself a steal. Evan Turner finished up with 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting, went 0 of 1 from 3, 1 of 2 from the foul line, finished up with a -12. He pulled down 2 boards and dished out 3 assists. Seth Curry, he finished up with 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting, went 0 of 1 from 3, went 1 of 1 from the foul line, finished up with a +1. For OKC, PG-13 went off. He had 47 points on 15 of 26 shooting. He went 8 of 13 from three-point land, went 9 of 11 from the foul line, finished up with a game high +14. He pulled down an offensive rebound. He had 12 total. He also dished out 10 assists. Had only 2 turnovers and 2 steals, so huge game all around for Paul George. Russell Westbrook, he finished up with 21 on 5 of 19 shooting. He went 1 of 6 from 3. Nothing. That 1 3 was what got Paul George his 47-point triple-double. He went 10 of 13 from the line. He finished up with a +1. He pulled down 2 offensive rebounds, had a team high 14. He also had a team high 11 assists. He also had a team high 6 turnovers. He had a steal and 2 blocks. So solid game all around for Russell Westbrook. Steven Adams finished up with 9 points on 4 of 7 shooting. He went 1 of 2 from the line, finished up with a +6, had 1 rebound, got 2 turnovers, 2 steals, and a block. And then Ferguson, he had 8 points on 3 of 4 shooting. He went 1 of 2 from 3, 1 of 1 from the foul line, finished up with a -7. He also had a steal. And him and Layman are very similar players, in my opinion. But I think Layman probably got a little bit more spring than he does. But they're like the exact same player. Patrick Patterson, he finished up with 0. He went 0 of 5 from the field, went 0 of 4 from 3, finished up with a +3. He grabbed 2 offensive rebounds, had 7 total, and he got himself a steal. And then Deontay Burton. Not even sure who that guy is, but I guess he got called up from their G League team. He finished up with 18 points on 7 of 9 shooting. He went 3 of 5 from 3, 1 of 2 from the line, finished up with a +7. He also had 3 blocks, so huge game from Deontay Burton. And then Big Raymond Felton had 15 on 6 of 10 shooting. He went 3 of 5 from 3-point land, finished up with a +13. He had 1 rebound, had an assist, and he had 2 steals. Nerlens Noel finished up with 2 points on 1 of 3 shooting. He finished up with a +3. Had 2 offensive rebounds, had 7 total. He also had 2 turnovers and a block. Nader and Diallo both ended up not scoring. Nader pulled down 3 boards, also had an assist. Diallo finished up with a -1, and he didn't register anything as far as a stat. But as far as game notes go, Russell Westbrook passes Wilt Chamberlain for his 10th straight triple-double. And that's never been done in NBA history, so general salute to Russell Westbrook. And it's time to stop saying that Westbrook is not a great player, because he is. Yeah, he didn't shoot well. He went 5 of 19, but he did everything else that you can ask for out of your point guard. So, shouts out to him. They also didn't have Dennis Schroeder and another guy. What's his name? Grant. They didn't have Grant or Schroeder, and they still won this game on the backs of Westbrook and Paul George and Deontay Burton, shining off the bench with that big 18 points. Defense was huge for the Thunder in the first half against the Blazers, but then the Blazers go on a 33-19 third quarter. They have a 33-19 third quarter to cut the lead down to 5 points, 82-87. But after that, they pretty much couldn't sustain it, so they ended up losing by 9. Dame was he went off in the third quarter and the fourth. And then Layman tried to help out as much as he could, but CJ wasn't really on. Like I said, he went 5 of 20. Nurk was in foul trouble the whole game, so he couldn't really find a rhythm. Rodney Hood was solid offensively, but he only took 5 shots, made 4 mid-range jump shots, so that's good to see. Or 3 mid-range jump shots. Tired legs, man. Definitely had tired legs from that 102-101 loss against the Mavericks. And I definitely thought that we were going to get that win. but we ended up not getting it, so we ended up taking 2 losses in a row, both on the road. So our record on the road now is 10-15. Not great, but I still like how the Blazers fought in both of those games. Both of them, they probably, like the Dallas Mavericks game, they should have definitely lost that game, but they ended up only losing by 1 because they only scored 9 points in the 4th quarter. So definitely not winning basketball, especially even against a team that's rebuilding like the Mavericks. You got to be on. You can't only score 9 points and expect to win the game. As far as upcoming, we got the Warriors. I think that's the last home game for the Blazers, and then they go on a 7-game road trip. So they definitely need to get these wins on the road, because this next stretch right here is gonna be make or break if they want to stay in the 4th seed. If they want to be home. Now I know they want to have a home court, like home field advantage, at least once in the playoffs. So that's a must for them to actually get a series this year. In my opinion, they have to be in the top 4 seed. There's just no ands, ifs, or buts about it. The way they play on the road, I like the toughness. I like them not quitting, but they're not getting the wins that we needed. Like I really thought that they would get that Dallas win, but it is what it is. Luka was a beast. He ended up hitting a big bucket in the clutch, and that's how we lost. That's how we ended up losing that game. But I know it's gonna be tough to get this win against the Golden State Warriors, but I'm trying to get that win. It'll be huge if they can get that win against the Warriors, especially with how they're playing. If Nurk, Dame, CJ, Rodney, Jake, and we have another guy like, say, Aminu or maybe Seth Curry have a big game, there's no telling what can happen in that game. Portland can definitely beat the Warriors, because I saw that the Heat had they almost won, but it's just tough to beat those guys. When you got a guy like KD who can close the game, it's gonna be tough to beat them. So I definitely look forward to that game. Got to get back on this grind. I'm over here doing this video right before the paving truck comes to lay down the rest of this pavement. But let me go ahead and get back to that. Shouts out to the whole entire LDBC. Shouts out to all my supporters. I hope everybody has a good day. This is your boy P Money. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'm off this.